All right, I'm making this video because I've been getting a lot of questions on how to prune tomatoes. So, just to give you guys a little idea of my setup. You can see all my tomatoes, and I'm growing them up this trellis that I've made out of hay twine. So back here to this plant to show you what a sucker is that you should prune off. Now granted, you can see I've got two main vines here. One of them started out as a sucker that I've let grow, and it has turned into this second vine. So sometimes you do let the suckers grow. But on a tomato, you see this that has all the leaves on it. Most people would call each petal a leaf. On a tomato plant, the leaf is actually this entire branch. And then every time you have a leaf break off and grow, a sucker comes up out of the crotch. So over here on this side, you can see where I've pruned leaves off. And then if you can see down in there, you can see where I've pruned off the suckers. So every time on these that a leaf grows, there will be a sucker. And you can see how big my tomatoes are. These are bigger than golf balls already. And today is June 18th. So what I do to prune, get my little snips. These little snips are amazing. I believe I got 6 pair for about $12 off of Amazon. So all I do to prune the sucker is come in here, and that's it. And pull that out of there. Now where I've got my plants so close together down this row, one thing I will do is down here when my V is still small, I will prune off all the branches that are going towards the other one. And then as we come up the V and the V widens, and then it starts getting closer to this plant, I will actually reverse that, and I will prune off the leaves that are going to the outside and leave the ones that are going to the inside. So just depends upon where I've got the most room. Now something else I do is I like to try to keep these two-dimensional so they're not growing out here in my walkway. And so any leaves that are coming straight out towards me or straight towards my lawn, I will clip those off as well. So like for instance on this side, I'll use my shears here as pointers. There you can see the sucker started. So there's the leaf, here's the main stem, and then there's the little sucker started. Now I leave them up here towards the top for a couple days in case. So if you can see this, so here again we've got a leaf, we've got another sucker right here coming out of the crotch, and since I've got that one, I'm going to go ahead and take that little guy off. But I leave generally 1 or 2 up here towards the top in case something happens, the kids, the dogs, the wind, me not being careful, and I break this main growth off, then this stem can replace it, because sometimes that happens. But there's a good prime example of, here's a leaf, there's the sucker, and there's my growth stem. So there's my next set of tomatoes, and there's the stem coming up. Now one of the benefits of doing this is, let's be honest, bees are horrible flyers. And so by having this open, the bees can actually get in and pollinate every flower. My germination rate, so most of these have 6 flowers per little vine, and I'm averaging about 5.5 tomatoes per vine. If we look over here, I've got something kind of funky going on in this tomato, but I'm actually getting 13 per bundle on this tomato plant. So pretty awesome. But then this genetic screw up on this plant, I'm only getting 2. So here on this one, another example of a sucker. You can see where I've pruned off a branch, but I didn't get it close enough, so now there's a new little sucker coming up, so that's got to come off.